to share with you my experience on where to stay in San Cristobal de las Casas. I'll provide you guys the info, and you guys can use that info to decide where you want to stay when you do arrive in San Cristobal. So when you Google San Cristobal, it's a city located in Chiapas, Mexico. So in the south, or in the bottom of Mexico. This is where the city is located, where all these blue bookmarks are concentrated. On a high level view, there's 2 activities I recommend doing when you are in San Cristobal. If you like caves, Las Grutas, there's 2 that have beautiful naturally formed stalactites and other mineral formations. They look like scenes from Lord of the Rings, and you were trekking through Moria or the caves of Middle Earth. They are both these activities or locations are cheap and easy to get to. It costs $1 to get to these places, and it's only 20 to 25 minute drive from the city's Centro. I don't have videos or pictures of my visits because my iPhone was stolen when I took the ADIO bus overnight from San Cristobal to Palenque. So my videos and pictures were lost with the phone. But to reiterate, so your first activity is El Arcotete. It's 20 pesos, so about $1, and it's 20 minutes from San Cristobal Centro. The second activity is Rancho Nuevo. This also costs 20 pesos to get to, and it's about a 25-minute drive from San Cristobal Central. Between the two, Rancho Nuevo is much bigger. There's much more activities at Rancho Nuevo. So Rancho Nuevo, first it has 2 caves, but it also has a playground for the kids. It has a kind of street food area where there's different vendors, and you can order both Mexican food, different types of desserts, different types of like snacks there. There's also horse riding here. There's parks for picnics. So Rancho Nuevo is a much bigger type of park and has a greater range of activities compared to Arcotete. If we zoom in to the city, San Cristobal, you can see that the ADIO bus terminal is located outside of Centro. You can still reach here by walking, but it'll be between 30 to 40 minute walk. It's doable, but it's kind of impractical if you're carrying luggage. The taxis here aren't expensive, so your alternative is to use a taxi. For me, I paid 70 pesos for a taxi from Centro to get to the ADIO bus terminal, so that is about $5 Canadian. So it's not that expensive to use a taxi to get to the ADIO bus terminal. In San Cristobal, there is no Ubers, so it's either using taxis, walking, or using colectivos to get around. Using the ADIO bus terminal from here and getting to Palenque, here on the ADIO bus was where my iPhone 13 Pro was stolen. So I guess just as a note, based on online posts on TripAdvisor, Reddit, and talking to other travelers during my visit, there seems to be routine theft occurring on the ADIO bus rides in Chiapas, especially on the way to Palenque. Whether it's from San Cristobal or whether it's from another city to Palenque, it seems that there's a very high occurrence, almost like a routine theft that is occurring on these bus rides. So I would caution those using the ADIO in Chiapas to be very careful with their belongings. I'll make a separate video on precautions and safety measures you can implement to prevent theft, but that will be in a separate video. If we zoom into San Cristobal Central, this is what it looks like on Google Maps. We'll first cover so the 2 streets to get to Arcotete and Rancho Nuevo are highlighted in red. The first one, if you want to get to Rancho Nuevo, it's going to be a little further walk from Central. It'll be, if you Google Farmacias del Ahorro Mercado, in this block so it'll be the bottom street of that block, highlighted red here, where you can find a white-blue colectivo bus that goes to Rancho Nuevo. Just walk in that street and you'll find it's kind of hidden away, but you'll still see the buses, and you just ask the bus drivers, hey, are you headed to Rancho Nuevo? If they confirm yes, then you can pay them. You can expect to pay them about 20 pesos to get you to Rancho Nuevo, and the same white-blue bus. There's also a bus stop at Rancho Nuevo that is on its return back to San Cristobal. So you can use the same type of transportation there and back. But you have to wait. On the way back, you do have to wait there. I think there's a bus between every 20 minutes. And then the next place is Arcotete. To get to Arcotete, it's closer to Centro, and it's right beside. So it's on a street right beside a hostel called Snail Bed and Breakfast. That's actually where I stayed. And to get to Arcotete, the buses look slightly different. So it's going to be white and green colors, and it's going to pass up. It's going to pass through the street that I've highlighted red. So you can stand in the corner of this avenue and flag down the bus when you do see it. For the bus that goes to Arcotete, it will have. I remember it will have the sign on the bus saying Arcotete to clearly indicate that that's where it's going. You can also confirm with the bus driver to make sure that that's where it's headed. So when you're in San Cristobal, if you had to pick a center of activity, I would say it's San Cristobal Las Casas Park, which I've highlighted blue down here. These two, where I've kind of captured two of these green parks, and from this blue highlighted area, there are streets with restaurants, cafes that center around this area. The Starbucks I've highlighted in brown here is also located in Las Casas Park. The two OXXO stores that I found were conveniently accessible and I found myself using are highlighted orange here. So the first one is up here and the second one is located in Las Casas Park as well. And then if you want to access the bank, I've highlighted it green over here, Banco BBVA, which is right, it's like a 2-minute walk from Las Casas Park. So if you can find an accommodation that is centered around this blue highlighted area, or maybe even slightly in the upper area that is close to this blue highlighted area, would be a very sweet spot. Can easily reach the bus stops for Rancho Nuevo and Arcotete. So near the blue center, but in the upper area, if you can find a combination there, that would be perfect. Thank you again for watching. If you found the video helpful, consider giving it a like, consider subscribing if you want to stay tuned for future videos you might find useful. And then if you know anyone visiting San Cristobal, consider sharing the video so it would help them. And if you have any tips or comments about San Cristobal, I would love to hear them in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.